So this is a follow-up video regarding the 10 reasons why I am not keeping my DJI 4P. Got major reactions from a lot of DJI fanboys. I just want to point out that, first of all my opinions are unpaid. I'm not an Insta360 fanboy, and also the fact that I do have two cameras. A lot of you are saying that I don't have the DJI 4P. Well, here you go. There is the DJI 4P. And I'll have the DJI 4P full review out very soon, as well as the comparison between Insta360 Luna Ultra against the DJI 4P. However, I've had it for about 2 months. I decided that I'm not going to keep this camera anymore because during this period where I'm testing both cameras for travel, for YouTube, for, boot vlogging, that kind of stuff, I've found that the DJI 4P is not so fun to use and the Insta360 is super fun. This is not saying that DJI 4P is a bad camera. What they are claiming is true. And first of all, well, CineD, the other YouTube channel, has already made a official test saying that it's actually close to what they're claiming for. So 17 stops of dynamic range. That's basically all the good stuff I can actually think of for the DJI 4P. I guess there are also better accessories from different brands. However, what the Insta360 provides on top of the DJI 4P is the user experience. Color profiles that actually look nice right out of the gate. The ergonomics of holding that camera. Anyways, this video is not about the Insta360 Luna Ultra. I'll talk about why I actually don't want to keep DJI 4P. If I were to buy the DJI Pocket 4P, I'm looking for the 17 stops of dynamic range. In order to have that, you need to have D-Log 2 enabled. And in order to have D-Log 2 enabled, you need the 1x lens only, and it forces you to use the 1x lens. Let's say in the middle of the shoot, when you're traveling, you want to zoom into certain details, you cannot switch the lens to telephoto lens while you are on D-Log 2. The only way you can switch back to telephoto lens is by switching in the menu, switch it back to D-Log 1, then you can switch to the telephoto lens. Do you know how annoying that is? I don't know why DJI does this, but there should be a way where I could be using D-Log 2 on 1x lens and D-Log 1 on the telephoto lens, and then automatically disabling D-Log 2 from the telephoto lens. I think what happened is that DJI wants to implement some sort of smooth transition from 1x lens to the telephoto lens. So that's why they disabled the switching between lenses when you're on D-Log 2. Second of all is, again, you need 3 different cables if you were to bring a microphone, the frame tab, and also the DJI. So DJI 4P uses a USB-C cable. The microphone uses a proprietary charger and the frame tab as well. So they all have their proprietary charging cable. Honestly, I don't really have that much time to look for different cables while on the go. It's just not super intuitive. Thirdly, the ergonomics of the DJI. So the standard combo, which I actually got the standard combo because I don't need the microphone, I don't need the frame tab. That ergonomics is way worse than what the Insta360 Luna Ultra is. So Luna Ultra actually has a curvy sort of design, whereas DJI 4P is totally flat. When I'm holding the camera, it just feels like it's always front heavy. When I'm laying it flat on the table, on its base, I have to be very, very careful that it won't fall onto the table. Let's be honest, like that DJI 4P is not symmetrical. And if you were to place it onto the table, and if it's slightly slanted, your Pocket 4P would be imbalanced. So the only way to have it stabilized is by using a tripod, and the standard combo doesn't come with a tripod, so that's a big bummer. You know what I mean? Like, you're basically forced to buy the vlogging combo, and I guess that's okay. It's at the same price point as the Insta360 Lunar Ultra. If I were to get the Insta360 Lunar Ultra at that same price point, I'm getting an accessory that is already built into the camera, and that's not available in any other device. And that's the detachable screen and the remote, the microphone. That's something that DJI cannot offer. So what DJI actually has for the vlogging combo is the frame tab. The frame tab, if you're shooting on landscape, I don't really shoot vertical videos. That preview on the frame tab is super small. It's almost as if you're using an ultra wide monitor to view YouTube, where you will see black lines on the side. The entire thing is it just feels like DJI kind of rushed everything. It's not really ready. For now, Insta360 is the way to go for me. And that might trigger a lot of DJI fanboys out there. And I'm okay with that, because I'm not a fanboy of any brands. I'm not here to argue about the DJI 4P, whether or not it's a good camera or not. All I'm really saying is that there are better cameras out there. See you soon. Subscribe for more, and I'll have the DJI 4P full review out very soon, as well as the comparison between Insta360 Lunar Ultra against the DJI 4P. Okay, so I'll see you guys next time.